Hello Year 12 and welcome to your last English assessment video for your time here at Freshwater. Today I'm going to quickly talk you through the trial exam, so I'll get you to follow along with your gold sheet. Okay, so this is your fourth and final internal assessment. So it is a trial paper, so it is a proper exam. The exam timetable will come out soon, where you'll get to know all of your dates for all of your exams, but you do know that they start week 3 next term. You'll see that this is our chunkiest, heaviest assessment task. It's weighted at 30% and we're assessing quite a range of outcomes. Okay, so we designed the trial to replicate as closely as we can the expectations of your real HSC. So you will sit 2 full papers. The way they're structured, their timing, even the font and layout, the nature of the questions, all of that is as best as possible, as closely aligned to as possible the real HSC. All right, so we'll talk first about paper 1. Paper 1 is the common module, so it's text and the human experience. For this paper, you'll have 10 minutes reading time. During that reading time, you can't mark the paper in any way. It's for you to read and understand the layout of the paper, but mainly it's to read the short extracts. You will then have an hour and a half to write your answer. Now, when we talk about the short extracts, you know that paper 1 is divided into 2 sections, short answers and the essay. So your short answers, as you know here, you'll be given a range of text types. So you don't know what you'll get, but the stuff that we did in the gym a few months ago now is good preparation. So a range of texts, and they're all about the human experience. So your job will be to answer a series of short answer questions in 45 minutes. That will equate to 20 marks. The questions will be detailed analysis about how those language forms and features of that text type represent something about the human experience. The second half of the paper is also weighted the same, so that's 45 minutes and 20 marks, and that is an extended response. The extended response, or your essay, will be about the human experience, and because it's standard, you guys will be addressing past the shallows. Reminder that in your podcast you had a related text. You do not need that. So this is very similar to what you did in the skills test. Okay, so then you'll go home, have a sleep. The next day you come back to school and you do paper 2. Paper 2 is now where the course splits. So in paper 1, you'll have a bit of commonality with the advanced class. Paper 2 is very exclusively for standard. In this paper, you only have 5 minutes reading time because you don't have those chunky texts to read through. So 5 minutes reading time, but a longer amount of time for writing because it's 2 hours. And it's divided into 3 sections. So if we're thinking about each 3 sections, we'll talk through them. The first one is Module A. That's Language, Identity and Culture, which is the castle. You will be writing an extended response and essay on the castle. It's worth 20 marks and you should aim to get that done in 40 minutes. The second response is Module B, same weighting, same time frame, so 20 marks, also 40 minutes, and this is about Robert Gray. Now the third section is where it varies a little bit because we don't know what Nessa will ask in the HSC, as well as you don't know the exact things that will happen, but I'm telling you very clearly what to expect for Module C, so it is that little bit easier. Module C is your craft of writing. It's weighted the same, so it's 20 marks, and you should complete it in 40 minutes. I'm telling you guys deliberately that you will have choice in your answer. We don't know that for the HSC, but for this, we are going to give you choice of what style you write in, knowing or remembering that Module C is imaginative, discursive, or persuasive. Okay? You will be asked to complete a reflection. I'm not telling you what the mark breakdown will be, but I'm telling you you will be asked a reflection in some shape or form, so have something prepared for that. And we haven't decided yet, but we may ask you to address a mentor text from Module C. So you need to be aware of your own language forms and features and how you've crafted them to shape meaning, and be prepared for a stimulus. What that looks like, you won't know. Okay, the last thing you'll see on your gold sheet is this quite long, detailed table. This is a suggested method for you to prepare. So for each of the 5 components of the exam, so you've got short answers, Past the Shallows, The Castle, Robert Gray, and Module C, I have given you some suggestions on how you can prepare. So you can see that some of the activities are quite simple. It could be making flashcards. I've even included, example questions to answer. It might be about rewriting some of your old assessments, because after many months of working in English, I'm sure they're probably better now if you rewrote them again. And then I've also given you some general tips at the bottom. So things like pairing up with a buddy, getting each other's work and peer marking and writing feedback and things like that. So I guess it all comes down to, we want you to be curious. Read widely. So reading academic responses, reading past student samples, read the resources that were put in the library. So whether it's the Excel guides or the Cambridge guides and things like that. Also, when we used to have hubs, most of you came to see my How to Study for English presentation. We're going to get that loaded onto Google Classroom pages as well, just with more tips about how to improve language and vocabulary and things like that. And the other thing is, you always get quite a bit of feedback in English. So we give you individual feedback for every single assessment that you've put in. I encourage you to go over those assessment tasks, because when we've designed the assessment, it's with the big picture of the exam in mind. Look at your feedback, make some annotations, be curious, ask questions, and of course engage with all of the activities that your teacher set you in the classroom. If you have any questions, please see your classroom teacher. Otherwise, I'm available to answer any questions about that. The timetable will be coming out. That is managed by the deputy. For now, I hope that this has inspired you to get started early with your revision and start planning your approach to preparing for the trial exams. All right, thank you, Year 12. Good luck and work hard.